Okay, so get this.
Okay.
Today,
Yeah.
we're diving into a real-life mystery.
Oh, wow.
A story with more
Oh, yeah.
twists and turns than
Right.
a back road in the middle of nowhere.
I'm ready.
We're going to try and piece together what might have happened during a wild night back in 1977,
Okay.
using just one document as our guide.
Sounds like fun.
A single file
Okay.
called Bill and the Seven Nymphs.pdf.
Whoa.
And the name itself
Yeah.
is straight out of a fairy tale.
It is.
And the story inside,
Okay.
well, it's just as wild as the title suggests.
All right, lay it on me.
Okay, it all starts with a 19-year-old kid named Bill Gorman hitchhiking through Woodstock, Illinois in April 1977.
Hitchhiking, huh?
Yeah, so picture this.
Okay.
7 women in a station wagon on their way to a bachelorette party pull over and offer him a ride.
Wow, that's pretty trusting of him.
Right, like hopping into a car with complete strangers.
Not something you see much of these days.
Exactly. And back then,
Yeah,
hitchhiking was a bit more common.
I guess so.
Almost like a rite of passage. for some.
Yeah, but it definitely had its risks.
Oh, for sure.
Something we might not fully appreciate today.
Right. And so Bill,
Yeah.
he decides to join their bachelorette party.
Wow, talk about a spontaneous adventure.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's where things get really hazy.
Oh, okay.
Bill remembers being drugged at some point,
Oh, no.
waking up briefly in the station wagon, and
Uh-oh.
then nothing.
Oh, my.
The next thing he knows, he's waking up alone the following day in a boarded-up party house in Capron, Illinois.
Whoa, hold on.
What happened during those missing hours?
I don't know.
That's the million-dollar question.
It really is.
We're working with limited information,
Right.
but a few specific details
Yeah.
really stand out.
Okay.
The locations, for example,
Mm-hmm.
are very specific. Woodstock, Illinois, where he's picked up,
Okay.
and Capron, Illinois, where he ends up.
Yeah.
And Capron was and still is a pretty small town.
So it makes you wonder
Yeah.
why there'd even be a boarded up party house there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there.
No.
The story even mentions a place called the Boar's Nest in Darien, Wisconsin, which apparently had a replica of the General Lee car.
Hold on, really?
Yeah.
The General Lee.
From the Dukes of Hazzard.
What? On the roof?
The roof.
That's wild.
Talk about a blast from the past.
That detail is pure 1977 gold.
Right.
The Dukes of Hazzard was a huge TV show back then.
Oh, yeah.
And that little tidbit,
Yeah.
it really paints a picture of the time.
For sure.
But beyond the pop culture references,
Yeah.
there are deeper layers to unpack here.
Absolutely. Like, what about the fact that this all went down in April 1977?
Right. It was a different world back then.
Totally different.
People's attitudes towards hitchhiking,
Mm-hmm.
the social norms,
Totally.
everything was just different.
Yeah. And speaking of being in a different time,
Yeah.
you have to consider Bill's age.
Oh, right.
He was only 19 years old. That really adds another layer of vulnerability to this whole situation.
Totally 19.
Out on your own,
Yeah.
hopping into a car with strangers, potentially being drugged.
It's scary.
It sends chills down my spine just thinking about it.
I can imagine.
It's a stark reminder of how dangerous substances can be,
right.
especially when you're young and alone in an unfamiliar situation.
Oh, for sure.
And now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Or should I say,
What?
the nymphs in the story.
Ah, I see what you're getting at.
The title itself, Bill and the Seven Nymphs, is a clever play on the classic fairy tale, Snow White.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's like a reversed fairy tale.
Yeah.
Instead of Snow White being taken in by 7 dwarfs,
Right.
you have Bill, this young guy,
Yeah.
being swept away by 7 women.
It's a twist.
And just like in fairy tales,
Yeah.
there's this underlying sense of mystery and potential danger
Mm.
lurking beneath the surface.
It's a little creepy, isn't it?
Right, and it makes you question,
Yeah.
who are the real villains here?
Good question.
The women who drugged him?
Yeah.
Or is there more to the story?
Right. We just don't know.
It's impossible to know for sure.
Yeah, because we only have Bill's account.
And even that
Yeah.
is fragmented because of the memory gaps.
Makes it hard to know the full story.
And you know what really gets to me?
What?
Bill mentions that he still hopes to find pictures from that party.
Oh, really?
He wishes he could fill in those blank spots in his memory.
Oh, wow.
It just shows how deeply this experience has stayed with him all these years later.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
How this one night, this experience he barely remembers,
Yeah.
might have shaped his life.
And that brings us back to the heart of this deep dive.
Okay.
We've got a real-life mystery on our hands.
We do.
A puzzle with missing pieces.
Yeah.
And the only person who might hold the answers
All right.
can't remember what happened.
It's wild.
It's all pretty mind-boggling, really.
It is, and what's even more thought-provoking is that Bill's strange experience raises bigger questions about the nature of memory itself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How reliable are our memories?
Mm,
How much of our personal narratives are shaped by things we can't fully recall?
right.
And in the end, can we ever truly know the complete truth about our own past?
It's a good question.
It's a reminder that even a single unexplained event can have a profound impact on our lives, whether we fully understand it or not.
Absolutely fascinating
It
stuff.
really makes you think.
Until next time.